This is a map walkthrough and overview of DoD Andus. As you can see, it's the main playing area is basically the shape of an H with a bridge in the middle. The spawns are diagonal from each other, and there are two buildings on either side and water underneath the bridge. One thing to note about this map is there's several places you can die. We'll get to those first. If you go into spawn, this is actually worse than dying. You end up in jail, and you have to type kill in console because it's unlikely the enemy's going to come down there and actually shoot you. So if you end up going into the enemy spawn, you have to be very careful. You'll end up in jail. You can get just inside this window, but you can't go too deep in this room. So you can get in there a little bit, and you can get pretty close to the vehicle. But if you do end up in there, you got to type kill in console. So that's unfortunate. The other two places of note would be over in this side house. There is a water wheel. If you get caught in that, it can chuck you in water, but it can also squish you. So you have to be careful of that. And the other place to note is this waterfall. Has motion to it. So if you end up on it, it'll push you into the water. I don't know if you can dive from this, but it can be annoying. Both of these buildings have a way in from the water via ladder. This one's the waterfall, but if you touch the waterfall, it'll push you back out, so you have to be careful. So you can get in from there. And on this side, you have to go underneath the water wheel to come up a ladder. So that's a sneaky way you can get in behind people. These are powerful spots to sit inside these stairs to kind of spawn camp people. So typically you'll have at least like one or two guys pushing the main bridge, and then at least someone going into the side house. The Axis side house sits a little lower, so might be okay for an auto to get in here to try and camp the bridge, or if Ralph comes in here, they try and get up on the stairs. On the ally side, this can be a very powerful spot for a Grand to sit in here and go back and forth in this window. I've seen Grands do a lot of damage from in here in 3v3 matches. Both houses have these side windows you can jump out, but to get up there you have to jump twice, so people might hear you, and as soon as you pop in the window you're dead. But you can get out, get to the end of the bridge and try and shoot some people. Pretty susceptible to nade even if you do find your way out, so it's a risky proposition to come out from there. But if you do get out, this is also heavy nade spam down into spawn. A lot of people use these boxes to camp the corners. There's steps on either side. There's steps at least on this side of the river too. You can kind of camp the people coming around the corner, and steps on that side as well. And on the back side by the jump windows, there's ropes on either side. So if you get pushed up, these steps and these steps on either side are good camping places, and you can even sneak in the window. There's a lot of dive proning cap outs. That was not a very good example of a dive prone. Superman dive prone to get cap outs as everyone's turning the corner from their spawn. Lots of nades coming off the initials and back out from either side of the bridge, but people will try and stand behind these boxes and have rifle battles. On the bridge, the car doesn't have the best of clipping, but it's not awful. The truck has a little better clipping. You can't shoot through this gap in the bumper, and around the tires is poorly clipped, but around the actual edges it's pretty well clipped. People will hide inside to shield themselves from nades while capping the mid, but sometimes you might want to push up to try and shoot the guys that are nading, or even try and sit back a little bit in the cap zone and shoot the guys that are nading. Same thing over here. But lots of nades are going to be coming on the bridge to break the cap. And all of these ledges you can crouch up onto. And as a reminder, if you go into the water, you can hold jump to not go under, and if you're sprinting, you will go across the top of the water fairly quickly. There's lots of fun knife battles that occur in the water on this map as well. And that's the gist of DoD Andus.